Okay, hey guys, starting a new chapter in math. We are going to start working in chapter 13, and chapter 13 is all about working with larger numbers and adding them, and eventually it gets into regrouping. We're going to pause on regrouping though for a little bit because that's something that really needs to be done in the classroom. It's very hands-on, but we're going to go ahead and show you some of the methods used to add larger numbers without regrouping. Okay, so let's kind of review some ways that we added smaller numbers without regrouping, but now let's apply it to larger numbers without regrouping. Okay, so this first lesson, what in? All right, so it's chapter 13, lesson 1, and it says add ones to a number in different ways. Okay, so we're going to be working with a larger number like 24 and adding a smaller number of ones to find the answer. And so I'm just going to kind of remind you of a few of the ways that we did this with smaller numbers. So that first way was using what's called counting tape. And if you remember, we called those number paths. Those were those big paths that were broken into blocks, and we borrowed them from kindergarten until I got my own set. I don't know if you remember, it was a long time ago. And so you would write numbers in there and count on the path. It's like a number line, but it's a number path, which is more age appropriate. And so if I'm going to count on, I have this problem, 24 plus 3. If I'm going to solve this problem, I can count on by using a number path or using my fingers. So if I start at 24, I would say 25, 26, 27. And look, I counted 3 and I got to 27. So super simple and a very easy method to help, okay? So the second method is using a place value chart. And if you've noticed, I've written 24 plus 3, I've written that perpendicular, which means up and down, versus horizontally. You're so used to seeing math problems written horizontally, like this, right? Now you're going to start to getting into them being perpendicular because you're going to be regrouping. You're going to be adding numbers like 25 plus 29, okay? So you got to get used to this new way of seeing it, okay? So this is where there's a math and focus way to teach this, and then there's a way that I and your parents learned in school. And right now, it's going to look very similar to the way our parents learned and I learned, but eventually it's going to get very different looking. So tell your parents that they don't want to teach you this a different way. You need to do and learn this the math and focus way because it's the only way it's going to help you progress through your math and focus in 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th grade and so forth. So, but today's looks very similar. So I drew a place value chart. I drew the tens and the ones in a different color just because. And I wrote our two numbers outside. So I'm going to break it apart. So how many tens are in 24? 2 tens, right? There's no place value. What is 2 tens actually worth? 20. So I'm just going to draw 2 lines. So there's 20. And then how many ones? 4. Okay. Now I have the number 3. There are no tens, right? So there's no tens. But there are 3 ones. So very easy, right? So 2 tens plus 4 ones equals 24. No tens plus 3 ones equals 3. Same thing here. 2 tens plus 4 ones equals 24. No tens plus 3 ones equals 3. But now we're going to add it together. So now we're going to take these ones, 4 and 3, that are right here in the ones place, and we're going to add them together. What is 4 ones plus 3 ones? 7 ones, right? You should know that very easily. 7 ones, right? 4 ones and 3 ones. So now we're going to look at our tens. I have 2 tens here, but how many tens are here? You're right, there's no 10. So it's just 2 tens plus no tens equals 2 tens, right? Or 20. We wouldn't write 20 here, okay, because that'd be too much. We're just writing that there are 2 tens, right? There's not 20 tens, there's 2 tens. In order for there to be 20 tens, we would have had to have 18 right here. 18 tens plus 2 tens is 20 tens. But we have 2 tens plus no tens equals 2 tens, right? So now we still, again, we get that 24 plus 3 is equal to 27, okay? So let's look at one other way. It's not really a method. It's not really a method. It's just something you're familiar with. We all like number lines. So let's break up 24 into tens and ones. So 24 is made up of 20 and it's made up of 4, right? We're going to add our ones together. 3 and 4 is equal to 7. So then 20 and 7 is equal to 27. So see, there's just a couple of different ways that they're going to ask you to use to solve it, okay? Okay, so let's do a quick one on my whiteboard. I'm going to move you guys back. Okay, so let me get my computer adjusted. It's stuck in this thing. I've got it on the ladder. Driving me nuts. It's the only way I can get y'all to see me. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I put you on the table. Yes. Oh gosh. There's my shorts. Okay. So here, let's do this. I'll get down on my knees and teach. Okay. Be mini Mrs. Marsh. Okay, can you see? All right, let's practice with the number 36. So first of all, we're going to do 36 plus 3. Super easy, but you have to have methods to show how you got your answer. So let's do the counting tape, okay? So I always just like to break things up into fourths because it's easy. Remember, break it in half and break those halves into halves, and then you have 4. You always start with your number. 36, 37, 38, 39. Now this is adding 3. Oh, and I just happened to get lucky. 37, 38, 39. So it's equal to 39. Okay. So you can use counting tape. You can use place value. So we've got 10s, 1s, got 36, and we've got 3. Got 30 and 36. You're going to write or draw how many 10s there are. 10, 20, 30. And then how many 1s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing here. Are there any 10s? No. How many 1s are there? 3. Okay. So add your 1s. 6 1s plus 3 1s is 9 1s. Okay. 3 10s plus no 10s is 3 10s. you write 3 because that's worth 3 tens. It's the place value of 10. Okay? So 36 and 3 is 9. Or you can bond it. 36 is the same thing as 30 and 6. So 6 and 3 is 9. So 30 and 9 is the same thing as 39. Okay? All right, so now you're going to go do your workbook pages that I have assigned in the assignment, and you're going to take pictures of it and send it back to me. Thank you.